I think I'm streaming.
We're gonna figure out whether we're streaming or not. I wonder if you look on the hi kids, this is Ivan. Are we streaming? Is Ivan Mike streaming right now? I don't know. But we're gonna be playing some astonishing swords, men and sorcerers of Hyperborea, right?
Yep, just show you
We-
when I'm live streaming.
Yep, we are streaming.
We are streaming. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Then I guess we're live. So let's do it to it. And we're gonna be playing Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. Hooray! Finally, with the clan of the Iron Eagle, and we're gonna be screaming for vengeance. We should call this. We should call it really call this campaign "Screaming for Vengeance." And we just discussed right before the thing started. We're using 3 house rules. I think is the grand total of house rules we're using because we'd like to play this raw, like sushi. You hear that, Jason? We play raw like sushi. The first one is maximum hit points at first level, just because it's lethal, and I'm a little nice, not too nice. Nice. Second one is we're going to use the critical hits, which are optional, but I want to confirm the criticals by rolling the armor class the second time, like you would in something like 3rd edition. Just because it always bugs the crap out of me, and if you know that I don't want 5% of all attempts to be criticals. 5% of all hits should be critical, because nothing bothers me more than the guy that sucks as like fighting level 0, and every time he hits a 20, he criticals a guy. Like that shouldn't happen. It should be like, oh my god, I just hit that armor class. You got to be kidding me. Not like I just split him in 2. You know? Yeah. And last but not least, this lack of symmetry has always bothered me, Jeff. That you can. I love the thing that you can have. You do tests of strength and dexterity and constitution, like right out of the. We were talking about the bend bars, lift gates, and open doors, type thing on the D6, and then you have the extraordinary feats of like constitution and strength and dexterity. But I always thought there should be these times when you have an extraordinary feat of like charisma or test of intelligence. Like if some of the players really trying to remember something, and I decide maybe I'll throw them a bone, they can remember something. Or like if say like Mizgit is trying to seduce a barmaid, we can have an extraordinary feat of charisma to see if he can actually really do that. Not that I don't want him usually role play that sort of stuff, but every once in a while, I think it'd be kind of cool. So I think that's where we're at. So we are starting. Oh man, we're starting near the bottom of the map. We're starting near the town of Swampgate. Our party is a bunch of Chimeri Celts, all from the Iron Eagle clan. May they live forever. And the clan itself is located just north of Swampgate. It's near the tar pits, and if you have a copy of the map, it's near the tar pits that are kind of on the left. And I could carry this around again and try to focus in on that. Maybe I'll try to do that just one time, but I don't know if I'm really going to be able to do that or not, and get a good picture of this. Let's see. No, I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. See how good I am with this? That's what I get. There are those little tar pits right there. Fields of All. Can you see that? There they are. It's the town of Swampgate. That's where you're going to start, right there. That's where you guys live. Okay. And I'm very adept at using this Zoom thing too on an iPad. And moving, as long as I'm not moving around, I'm good. All right, so we have our party of barbarians. And by the way, I don't know if we talked about this in session 0, but you're just a Chimeri Celt barbarian tribe. You all know this. People don't talk about themselves as being berserkers or runegravers or fighters or rangers or stuff like that. There's members of the tribe that have different skill sets, and that's that. They're just regular old people. That's not how people talk around here, because it's not how Conan would talk. Damn it. And we're talking about genre fidelity here, kids. So I'm going to open up in medias res, which I think is the right way to say it. What's happened is you're a member of this Iron Eagle tribe. The tribe is big enough. It's one of the Chimeri Celt tribes. It's about 1,000 members. It's big enough that it has more than one location where people have overwintered, because we're in the year of Tempest right now. The spring is, I guess, almost over in this 13-year cycle, but you just went through another harsh winter. The year is what, 570?
576.
576.
The year of the hare.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I think it's late spring as well, as a matter of fact. So various tribes, so these places they kind of like claim as this is the area that we're going to kind of live and what have you. And and a bunch of your tribe has been going to visit the main area where the chieftain lives, where most of the important members of the tribe live, and you could see the smoke before you crested the hills, and you knew something was wrong. And you get to the center of your life, the center of your tribe's life, and is just barbaric. Everybody has been killed. There's bodies on poles. There's bodies that have been desecrated. There's the bodies of women that have obviously been used before they were killed. There's slaughtered children. It was just absolutely horrific. And as all the grieving went on, you were able to or members of your tribe were able to find eyewitnesses, not that actually saw this happen, but members of like the common people, like people that somebody like Torsten would be guiding from Swampgate down to the main city of Cremarium. Normal men, just going through their daily, people that would be going to merchant wagons, that sort of thing, that saw a group of raiders, as far as they could tell. At first, they thought they were orcs, and they realized they were actual people, riding to the north, many of whom were carrying captives, and which made sense because a lot of the people were missing. You're a tribe of 1,000, but you kind of know who these people are. And there were women that were missing. There were children that were missing, young women especially. And so they've obviously taken prisoners as well. So if vengeance and rescue weren't enough on your mind, also one of the most holy possession, the most holy item of your tribe has also been stolen or is missing. And that is a hammer that is said to have actually forged the sword of Kimmer, or Crom, as some of the more Crom, and forged the sword of Starsteel of Crom, used by the smith of the gods, whose name might escape me if it's even in the book. Probably wasn't in the book, was it? What do we say, Jose? Was there an actual name attached to it?
Yeah, there was a smith of the gods here. Let me see.
But that hammer is missing. And it's a big giant hammer that a blacksmith would use, and that is missing as well. So it's the retrieval of this most holy item is also something that's of great importance to the tribe. So you yourselves have been members of the group of people that decide, well, what are we going to do? And there's too much stuff to do as far as burying the dead. There are members of your tribe that need to take care of things there. There are members of your tribe that simply aren't well enough, or older men or women with child, that sort of thing, that can't go. So they're sending you as the first wave to try to track these people, and if you can, exact vengeance, and rescue the captives, get the hammer back. If you can only just act as reconnaissance until reinforcements, i.e. your backup characters, arrive as you start to die, whatever you can do to actually start to track these brutal villains down. And that's where we begin.
Excellent.
So the four of you, Misget and Thule and Arngrim and Torsten Wolfstrider, head out with 4 other younger members of the tribe in tow. These are not your hirelings or henchmen. We've had this discussion, but each one of you is kind of responsible for tracking one of them, because they all have 8 hit points. And there's Tekala, Harald, Ubba, and Boog. Fine, strapping out. You all know which one you're responsible for. You're all on light war horses, because the tribe has horses, and this is obviously the raiders themselves were mounted. You should be mounted as well. Any questions so far before we start?
Not really.
Ready to crank it.
All right. So you've been riding for a couple days. I don't know how hard or how easy it is going to be for you to follow the tracks.
Thorsten
Aiden-
and Arngrim are experienced trackers.
Yeah. It's like 10 and 12 in the wilderness.
Yep.
10 and 12 in the wilderness. So far, you really haven't had any trouble. The terrain itself is rough on the fields of Vol, and you're really going, the I'm not going to flip the map around again, but between like the field of Vol and the Camarian Steppe, which seems to be the direction that you're going, the terrain there is somewhat rugged, and you've passed a few other villages or members of the Khmer Kel tribes there that could, if they just simply got their crap together, could really do some damage. I think, in fact, not so many years ago, there were raids on Camarium, if I'm pronouncing that name right. But you never seem to get, be able to get that straight because of all the infighting. And let's see, you've been riding for a couple days, and you've been able to keep up with their sign. It's nighttime on the second day. And what kind of watch are we going to set up as you guys?
Yes, we should set up 2 hours each, right?
Sure.
That's like
Because we got 8 people, so counting the young people, we should have one of the seniors, one of the player characters, right? Like the more experienced should be on guard with maybe one of the juniors. So yeah, 2 hour.
Right, one on one for 2 hours each. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take first watch. Why not?
Cool. All righty. Now, normally I've got a bunch of dice that I could use here, but I decided for this game, I really like to open up a can of whoop ass.
Oh boy.
Nice.
So I've got this can of Zuccotti dice here, which I got for like $28, like 12 sets of dice in there. Series 1. So we're gonna see, it's like an unboxing video. We're gonna see.
Nice.
I'm just gonna open up a can of whoop ass on y'all. Oh yeah, look at that. Because I need a D4. Woo! Look at all these dice. This is fantastic. Woo!
That's a lot of work for a D4.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for a D4, but I've been waiting to do that for a long, long time since I got that thing, and I haven't opened this stupid thing up. So let's see. Let's get us a D4 here. All right. And so who's taking the first watch? You said.
I'll take first watch. Why not?
Who's on second?
I'd say Thule should be second. I'll take the third because that's like the roughest one, and we'll let Misgut sleep so he'll be ready.
Okay. And Arngrim, you are taking the watch with whom?
With Harold, I suppose.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. All right. So let's see. Let's see if you guys are surprised.
Yes. If it's Arngrim and Harold on watch, then we only surprise on a 1. Because we're barbarian class ability on a 1.
Okay. I will roll this die to see if you guys are surprised or not surprised. You are not surprised.
Excellent.
As the others are sleeping, as the fire is going, you can hear this like kind of scratchy sound. Almost. No, that's not the sound. This kind of shyness, like sort of sound coming through some of the rocks that are on the edge of the firelight, coming over as part of the scrub.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sounds as though something is approaching you. It is close to the ground. It almost sounds like something rustling through the leaves, if there were leaves.
Do we have a campfire on,
yeah,
guys, or are we? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll tell Harold stand by in case. Be ready to sound the alarm, and I will attempt to sort of move towards the noise, but not directly to it, because I'm thinking this might be some sort of animal approaching in the dark. And so I will try to sort of circle around to it, hand on my axe.
Okay, so you're staying within the campfire.
The circle of firelight. That's right.
Or are you going out?
Good question. 'Cause it is at night. I'm gonna try and scout. Yeah, so I'm gonna step out the circle of the light. Yeah, hoping to to still catch a glimpse of it, because I figure I'm standing guard, so I'm looking with my back to the bonfire, right? So my night vision shouldn't be too bad, and so if there's enough illumination, I might be able to make out what's coming.
Okay. Cool. So you're able to, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, having been right next to the fire, you're able to first just see kind of movement scuttling along the ground. It's about the height of a medium-sized dog.
All right.
But the shapes are much larger. At first you can see just one, but then you realize you can see several of these sort of undulating shapes. Unfortunately, one of these undulating shapes is right next, or is moved right up to next where the horses are tethered.
Oh no.
And you hear one of the horses neigh, and let's see what happens.
Oh man!
I guess we're down a horse. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's a roll 20. But I only rolled a 2 the second time. That's okay. That's not so bad, is it? It's not so bad. All right. Well, I should have wrote little stats for the horses here. And whose? We're just going to find out whose horse that was, just for kicks. Okay. So we don't know this Mizgut's horse yet, but Mizgut's horse just gets bit by something. And let's see. I wonder what a horse's save is. Oh dear. What table are the saves on? I hate this part right here where the game master's playing the entire game himself.
What's the fighting ability?
No, but,
2?
yeah,
16.
It's a 2.
16.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So the cry of pain of a horse is followed swiftly by kind of like a shriek of more terror. The other horses seem to be in some kind of terror, and then it's followed by a thunk, and you can see as the body of the horse kind of goes over sideways, almost like the horse in Dean Wormer's office.
Yeah.
Just falling over and hitting the ground.
Do I see the one close to me? Is it? Do I get do I catch a good glimpse of the one close to me?
Yeah, no, finally, as it's getting close to you, you don't really see things in color yet, but this thing is you can tell it's a lightish color with some kind of dark spots all over it. Yeah, and so it's resolving itself into some kind of cylindrical, undulating thing.
Oh, so it's not a cat; it's like a snake.
Well, yeah, and you can start to see as it's getting closer and closer resolved. You can see little things wiggling around near its head, and you realize it's got at least 3 or 4 or 6 or 7 pairs of legs. Or more, as it's getting closer and closer to where the light is going to start illuminating it.
Yeah. So I yell out, awaken! Predators are upon us, and I draw my dagger in one hand and hold the axe in the other, and I'm looking to cast the dagger at it.
Okay.
Once, if I, because it's not upon me, so
yeah, it's a 0.
Yeah, and I want to cast my dagger and sort of make my way back to the firelight, because I want to have good light to fight this thing with.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. I want to make sure we're doing this right. As far as starting the combat rules wise, is this something that we're going to call a tossing your weapon first?
It's the throw and
yeah, but I'm not sure if we're really doing that.
No,
yeah,
only if he's gonna also do a melee attack.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're just looking to throw this thing at this thing and then run back to the.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes
you
sense.
could call it a surprise. I mean, I should be able to surprise it on a 3 to 6. But there's fire, and probably may have been outlined in the fire. I don't know. So whatever you think is fair.
Yeah, at this point, like when the horse has gone down, Thunk,
Huh?
the one crawling like closest to you, like they've all seemed started to like move towards that direction, like they're interested in the fact that something has gone down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say you can definitely like throw something at it for free.
Okay.
You're not really in melee at this point.
All right. So how far away is it? Approximately?
It's outside of the range of the fire, which I think is, what is that, 30 feet or something like that? But it's not that much farther, you know. So it's within your short range, I think, like within 30 feet.
Cool.
I'm not sure what the actual short range of the thrown dagger is.
Well, on the outdoors, yeah, short range is 30 feet, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
okay, yeah, you should be all right.
And I hit armor class 7 with the dagger.
Armor class 7 with the dagger. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so I might have.
Oh, you hit
missed.
it.
Oh, cool.
You did hit it. Roll damage, sir.
Ooh, nice. That'd be a 7 points of damage with a dagger as I roll maximum damage on that.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, so the dagger just like sinks in with a satisfying thunk, going right through the body of this creature and into the ground, and you can see just like the two halves of it now are just kind of wiggling and rolling all over each other, and as this long multi-legged creature.
Oh, nice.
Is coming more and more into resolution. It looks like it's pink. It's probably about 6 or 7 feet long, but probably really only the mass of maybe a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like a centipede? Have I seen these type of things before?
Oh yeah, it's a centipede. You've never seen a pinkish one with green spots on it, but yeah.
But hey, so yeah, so it seems to be at least in its death throes. So I'll turn back and start heading toward the horses.
Okay. What is everybody else up to?
First thing,
Are
I
we awake?
wake up and put on my armor.
You're gonna put on your armor?
I'm just waking up and scrambling for.
I am but a
handouts.
fragile thing. I wake up and put on my armor.
How long does it take to put on armor? That's a good question.
It used to be about a minute.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe.
there's actually a chart in here for that. Yeah.
There is. Oh, good.
Yeah.
And we should look that up because this is important.
Yeah. This may be the last time I do it.
This is important. We're learning this game, children. Here's the thing, boy, about these OSR games, as I make somebody else look up the rule, is you think you know how these things work. You play this for all your life, right? Maybe you play these kind of games for a long, long time, but you play some of these ones like this, and it's a cool because like there is some stuff in here you're used to winging or whatever, and it's in here.
1 to 3 minutes for light armor. 1d3.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 1d3 minutes for light armor. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's putting on their armor? Who's not putting on their armor? Seeing as around is 10 seconds, 6 or 10 seconds, whatever it is.
Yeah. Thorsten's just buckling on his sword belt and picking up his bow as he leaves his.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing likewise. Just getting my axe and spear and running to his aid immediately.
Miz gets putting on his armor. All right, which is a fair action. Nothing wrong with that.
He's got his helper helping him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, the other shapes, which you can see, Engram, you can see there's about 5 of them, are now like all clambering over this one horse that's down. The other horses are just absolutely panicked. A couple have broken their reins and have like bolted.
And we can see this with the firelight illuminating these.
You can kind of make Angram's got the best view of that. But definitely there's something very bad going on where the horses are.
Yeah. Is it too dark to see like where the horses are? Like, is it probably wiser to pick up a torch or something from the fire and try and make our way? Or
it might be a good idea, or you could just run there into the dark.
Yeah, no, doesn't sound like it. So I'll head back toward the main fire and see if I can pick up a stick and just bearing that, if I would have worked on the fire, right? So if I know we didn't use anything that can be picked up quickly, then a quick detour to the pack and grab a torch from there.
Okay. Oh, and it's even better because I read here, I did something wrong, but it's okay because I'm the game master. But the horse did fall over, but it's still struggling.
Oh no!
And panic as it's probably being consumed. Ever see those videos with like a centipede eating something? Those giant centipedes.
Well, the good news is that being animals, they're all probably concentrated on that one poor horse. So it gives us a little bit to pick up the torch and then head back and try to fight the beasts. So that's what I'll do. My intention is to pick up a stick or otherwise a torch, light it up, and then head over there with torch and battle axe in hand and see what I can do.
Okay. I'm trying to get to Angram's side and use his torchlight, basically. Since both my hands are full. Weapon.
It's killing the horses! Hurry! There's 5 or 6 of the creatures.
Okay.
Not walking back, says Harold.
Bring torches, Harold.
All right. So everybody that's going over to see what's happening, unless you're running in and about to tackle the thing, there are 5 of these giant pink centipedes over a struggling horse. He's already bleeding from several wounds at this point. Is frothing about. Its eyes are just like staring dead ahead as if it can't see. Another horse has broken its rein, so 3 of your horses are out running. And will probably take some time to retrieve. And the other horses are just freaking out.
So I yell out, Harold, Boog, get the other horses, unhitch them and lead them toward the campfire, away from these monsters.
They're taking the horses. Angram, what do we face? And I'm running up by your side of it now. And trying to gain some.
And as we walk, I'll tell them 5 or 6 centipedes, I think. Giants.
Okay,
I got an arrow at the ready. I'm on the lookout for the first damn thing I see. I'm going to shoot.
All right. All right. You're not actually in combat yet because they're just totally ignoring you. So you may fire at will. As one of the, let's see, Boog is just like, they're terrified. Like, they're panicked. But they are. Your pals are definitely getting the horses under control.
All right, that's an armor class of 2.
Of 2. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
5 hits.
Oh, you transfix this thing to the horse and it's eating. The beast is writhing around, making a horrible sound. The horse is screaming again from another wound. And this has gotten the attention of the other 4 creatures, who are now. Let's see. Oh well, they have to make a morale check. This will be cool because there's just been a death. Okay, they really don't care because they're dumb. Yeah,
that seems.
But
they're eating, right? So I don't really care. That sounds good.
Right. But they are turning and now they've seen you and they are deciding to go your way.
Okay.
You may roll initiative.
We declare first, right?
Declare action. Yeah, you declare
that's
action
right.
first.
Right. So what's anybody's doing melee? Well, how far are we from them, Ivan? Or at least Angram and Tool?
You guys, I mean, like you're within like about 20 feet at this point. You can see them. In order to get them within torchlight to like see what's going on, you have to get pretty close.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So who's doing melee? Anybody doing melee?
Actually, I wanted to throw an attack since I had my hand axe ready. So I'll throw the hand axe and then attack.
Right. So you're throwing attack, and then
I will attack as well because I'm holding the torch so you guys can see, but I want to hit him as well. So
I'm gonna try to shoot before everybody's in melee if I can. And are you gonna missile, melee, or spell? Oh no, you're getting dressed, right?
Well, so I was gonna say since it's changed and we can now see them coming at me, can I would it be feasible for me to stop putting on my armor and grab my short bow?
Oh yeah, you can stop.
You can drop your cod piece and grab your bow.
Yeah, I think that's what I will do.
All right.
Okay.
Roll the
That was a
initiative.
horrendous miss that I did. All right. So initiative. You rolled initiative of 5. Nice.
Okay, I've rolled a 1.
All right.
Yes.
You go first.
The axe goes first. The thrown axe goes first.
Which is Thul's. Yeah.
Yeah. I just rolled a 2. Man, I didn't hit.
Oh, okay. Well, the lightning
Never
is
tell me
not
what you
good.
rolled. That's
right?
negative
Yeah,
500
that's-
XP.
I just
And
lost.
of course, the poor horse like twitches when you axe hits it. So
Wait, you missed? You missed with a missile weapon, and you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you do have to roll. You do have to roll to see if you hit the horse.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll.
Okay, you want me to roll a D6?
No, I want you to roll. I want you to roll
roll an
D20.
attack.
Oh,
Just
okay,
attack
okay.
And tell us what armor class you hit. If it's
Yeah.
7, the poor horse gets it, or 6.
Yeah, it's off the charts. I rolled a 9. That is
So you didn't hit it.
no, not even.
Yeah, just tell me
worth
what
looking.
armor class you hit.
Hold
Oh,
on.
so it's off the chart. So you didn't. Yeah, you probably hit it like an
Yeah,
armor
I
class.
didn't.
Like,
Yeah,
okay, I gotcha.
yeah, it ain't worth calculating.
All right.
So phase 1, Arngrim.
okay, so I'll just attack the nearest one with my battle axe. So I take a step forward, and as the nearest one I see, I smack down and I hit an armor class of 9.
Okay.
Which I believe. Wait, no. I roll a 9. I hit an armor class of 7. That's
Okay,
right.
you do hit it. You do hit it.
And
All right.
so that would be 4 points of damage. No, 6 points of damage. I'm sorry. I'm just new modifiers, new character. I'm all over the place. Yeah, it's I
Oh.
roll 2 on the dice plus 4 for strength is 6 points of damage on that hit.
All right, centipede guts are just flashing back on you.
Smash it down on the ground and sort of embed the axe on it.
All right. So phase 1, missiles. Since I got the dexterity edge, I go next. This round I get to shoot 2 arrows. So I'm shooting at the ones that haven't engaged Arngrim yet. Okay. First arrow hits AC 0.
Okay.
For 3 hits.
Okay.
And the other one misses. But
Okay.
it's not a 3. It's above a 3, so no risk of hitting anybody
Yeah,
else.
and another centipede is stuck to the ground, writhing around in agony.
So then Misgut can shoot.
Okay. I hit 7. AC 7.
Wow. Okay, you've hit this thing.
Of course.
You guys are mighty fighters.
Lucky.
Roll damage.
Actually, well, that was a throw-in attack, so I just did my roll, got a nat 20 on it. So
When? Where?
Oh wait.
as far as what,
we forgot that Thule had the thrown attack is on phase 0, right?
phase 0, yeah, I was just inserting that real quick.
Phase 1, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm taking my trident with both hands, and I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay, well, hold on. Let Biscuit kill somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
I've rolled 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Another one's transfixed to the ground. Actually, I think there's only 2 left.
Well, let's see if Thule can, with that nat 20, can confirm the crit. So roll to hit again.
17.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, actually 18, yeah, with the 1.
Okay, but what armor class do you hit?
that's probably a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. That's a 1 armor class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Negative
It's
2 to
important
1.
to get into the habit of saying the armor class and not the roll, because
Yeah.
that'll get
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so roll a d6 then. You've done this. Let's see what kind of critical hit you've actually done. Cool.
Oh, roll a D8.
D6.
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 Oh, D6. Wait a minute, I was using both hands.
Roll a D6. Listen
It's a-
to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see what kind of critical
Critical
you
hit.
get.
Oh, yeah, I got a 2.
Okay.
So you plus 2 damage total.
Okay. Now roll your damage.
Now wait. Okay, gotcha. Now roll the damage. All right, I was thinking backwards. All right, 4 plus 2
So you
is
rolled
6.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
So now you've got another one stuck to the ground.
Yeah.
Wait. How much damage was it? Well, I think it's more.
It's 1 and 2 is plus 2, and 3 and 4 is plus or times 2, and then 4, 5, and 6 is times 3. But yeah, that's good.
Anyway, 6 hit points of damage, so you killed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I hope so.
You roll 4 plus 2. All right. So there's one left.
And
It's his turn.
it's his turn. So
Okay, so let's see.
Snooze.
The two people are actually within the melee range of these creatures, really, or the ones that have stepped up are Arngrim and Thule. So we're going to say Arngrim is 1 to 3 and Thule is 5, 4, 6.
go for it.
Arngrim gets a 3. So the remaining creature, being stupid and not running away when they're clearly outclassed, is going to attempt to bite you. And this creature bites an armor class of 9.
No, it does not hit me then.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if your eyes open up as hard as its jaws are clamping around some part of your armored
So
body.
I sort of, I sort of like managed to pull back when I see it snap, Grimmer, and then, managed to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, because I'm pretty much saying if they're hitting armor class 9, you've got armor on. Well, they're actually hitting you. They're just chewing on something.
Oh, okay. So they probably
what I mean?
hit
Like,
by the
yeah.
sleeve of a.
Yeah, they're not damaging you, but like that's kind of what I'm going with monsters. If they're actually hitting hitting a normal man, unarmed man,
Cool. So
man, yeah.
So they
It's
hit on they clamp onto one of the rings of the ring mail.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
Phase
so
2.
Is anybody having any phase 2 actions?
I
You
do
guys,
not.
you guys can move. I can't because I fired twice, so I can't do anything else.
Yeah, no.
All right, then.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're going into phase 2 now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if
this
you
is
guys
our
are kind of unless you're going to move, if you're going to do some kind of movement, we're all done.
Yeah, I mean they're right up on us. We're in melee
Yeah.
range right now.
Yeah.
Well, they're right up on the guys that were dumb enough to get close to them.
That was me. I was gigging them.
That's okay. All right, cool. So what are you guys going to do this time?
Okay, I'm gonna try and just attack me. I'm gonna try and attack my torch hand. So I'm gonna try and cleave it as because I imagine it reaching up right and from the ground and trying to hit me. So I'm gonna try and cleave it in half.
And that's the only one that's still still wriggling.
Still kicking.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Del, you're gonna melee that thing too.
Yeah, gonna melee it again.
Anybody shooting or magicking?
Try not to hit me if you're shooting.
Yeah, I would.
Please.
Already my bow, but I don't. Yeah, unless it breaks free from Arngrim, I'm not gonna shoot.
I'm declaring a move. I'm gonna start moving towards one side, just to make sure there are no other of these things circling around us. So I'm just gonna move towards one side. Bow at the ready.
Good idea.
Okay, I hit an AC of.
Easy,
hang on. Easy
now.
there.
All right, yeah.
Initiative is a 2.
Get that.
Initiative is a 6.
Go for it.
There's no reason for this critter to try to bite anybody but Arngrim.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. But in exchange for that, I see no reason why Arngrim shouldn't be the first to attack back, assuming he lives first.
That does make good sense because you're actually right there on it. So I will make a GM fiat.
Come on, bring it.
Really. Okay.
Bring it.
Yeah. Let's see. I think it's just orange die. See, I got this whole can of whoop ass, so I got all these dice I can use. It's my goodness. Well, this hits an armor class of 1.
Oh, yeah, that hits me.
Good. All right. And it does 1 point of damage. As the jaws of this creature now it's gotten a better purchase on your arm. And now you must roll a save versus, and this is a
poison, right?
Yeah, which is actually I think
death
it's actually
save.
Death save. This
Death
is
save
that save.
versus poison.
I just want
But
to make sure.
yeah, I
this
do
creature-
have a bit of an advantage because I get a bonus of +1 to poison saves. So
Right. As a fighter, do you have death save bonus or no? That's something else that fighters get. Or
No, barbarians get +2 to every save.
to every save, correct.
Oh,
correct.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So unfortunately, I miss it by 1.
Oh.
I rolled a 12 and I needed a 13. So them's the breaks, I guess.
that's what like you like had a +2 because you're a barbarian, another +1 because of poison.
And I still failed. Yes.
And okay. Wow.
I'm dead.
Wow.
That's impressive.
The entire world goes black.
Oh my
Like all of
God.
a sudden you're blind, and you can feel like kind of almost a numbing sensation going through your body. You're not paralyzed,
Uh-huh.
but something just feels wrong.
Okay.
There's
Can
something to be done. There's something to be done about this.
I know. Can I attack it still, or am I out of commission, or what's the?
Absolutely, you can absolutely attack it at a -4.
I'll
Yeah,
take
it's like
it.
an invisible enemy.
I'll take it. And so, because this is melee, and it's phase 1, I'm gonna do both my attacks.
Right on.
At -4. So where's my battle axe? Here we go. So the first one misses. The second one will probably hit. It hits an armor class of 2 and does 6 points of damage.
Okay, so you cut this thing in half.
I managed to swipe it blindly until I smash it in half.
Spraying
Yeah.
centipede guts all over Thule, who was right there, right, ready to attack it next. And the combat itself is over. You can already hear that the other fellows that Tekla and Haral and Ubba and Bug are bringing the horses. They've retrieved all the horses back. There is the horse that's still on the ground is starting to like seize up a little bit, but it is in agony.
That's why I fall to my knees and I yell out, "Grimmer's blood! I've been bit! I think this is poison."
All right. So I suddenly, when I hear that, drop my bow and run to him, drawing my dagger as I go. Right.
And I start tearing at my sleeve of my studded leather to reveal the bite.
Stay still now, fool. So this is what I'm gonna do. If I get within him within 2 rounds, I have a 3 in 6 chance of drawing the poison from the wound.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
That's a basic barbarian skill.
Correct.
In 4 rounds is 2 in 6, and 6 rounds. We're just barbarians here. We put ketchup on steak and stuff like that.
Okay.
A 2.
Yes.
So you're sucking the poison from the wound.
I cut him open, and then I suck the poison from the wound and spit it inside. Yeah.
So take another hit point of damage.
Hey, I'm not dead.
No, that's not really in the rules, so I'm not going to be mean. You're sucking the poison from the wound. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
This is a very interesting rule because it's the first time I've ever seen it, and it's the perfect answer to.
Well, let me tell you why it's
poison.
good, and I'll make a judgment call here too, as a game master. What happens with these pink centipedes is they're really, really nasty. You save or you suffer blindness immediately, and paralysis 1d6 turns later. In a couple days, 1d2 days, an additional save has to be made, or the victim dies.
Oh snap!
And otherwise, the paralysis will fade, but the blindness is permanent.
Nice.
So.
Oh damn!
You're not going to die. You don't have to make that other save, and you're not going to get paralyzed because he's drawing the poison out. But I'm trying to figure out what to do about this blindness. Whether I need to make you make a different save to see if it comes back in a couple days or not. So I'm going to keep you blind for now. But you're not going. The good news is you're not going to die. Because that's like instant. Like, well, your character, he's not dead, but he's like completely useless.
Okay.
Ova, give me a wineskin.
And the horse is screaming.
No.
He
Okay.
needs to get put out his misery, poor thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll walk, or Mizgit will go over and take out his dagger and end the horse.
It is your horse after all.
Yeah.
Mercy killing. Yeah. Well, I suppose you can, ride my horse because I'm blind, so I'll need somebody to.
Yeah, it works.
It works. I'll need somebody to lead me and ride double with me. So
That's the blind leading the blind.
And point you at the bad guys.
yeah.
I'm having Men in Tight flashbacks.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Anybody want to do anything for the rest of the evening?
We should get about catching the horses that ran away,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
somebody can bandage Arngrim's wounds. The ones from the pincers and the ones from the knife,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
he can recover.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't actually, Arngrim doesn't end up getting quite a night's rest over this. So I'm not going to have you roll for the heal, but the rolling to heal is fairly generous. But you should be able to do that the next day. 'Cause
Okay.
You're down 1 point.
Yeah.
But yeah, a sucky night. Lost a horse.
Went blind.
And-
Yeah.
It went,
Lost a
Arngrim's
horse.
completely
Went blind. Yeah.
Fun
And Harald says-
times.
you should have like, how many now?
Grimmer's blood. I can't see a thing. It's all blurry.
Continuing to be on the trail of these bandits, and it must really suck to be Arngrim, just bobbing on this horse, in complete darkness the entire
Well,
time.
At least we have Torsten to stay on the trail. Stay on the.
Everybody but Arngrim can see. This isn't gonna get.
It's
old.
not gonna get old, is it? Yeah.
Everybody can see, during the second day, that you can see smoke on the horizon, and it's more smoke than it should be coming from like a regular campfire or the cooking fires. And the tracks that you're following seem to lead in that direction. Not all of them, but it looks like they're splitting up a little bit. But some are definitely going towards where the smoke is. Others are just heading straight north.
Is the smoke where the largest group is heading?
No.
No.
Does it look like? Well, I shouldn't ask because I can't see a thing. What's that smell? What's that smell?
Let's see,
No. Well, I mean,
Sorry.
first is gonna tell them, right? They're splitting up. Largest groups going up ahead. There's a smaller group heading towards where we can see some smoke in the horizon, right? So we can catch up to speed, man.
Yeah. So is it a single plume or is this a prairie fire?
or like a haze. Yeah.
It looks like more than one plume. Smells kind of like a little bit like barbecue.
Oh,
Old wood.
the village.
Well, none of you really smell that good except for Arngrim, who's really into those things now. Really.
Yeah. His other senses.
Yeah.
So,
I think we have to go see.
Yep.
No offense, Arngrim. All right.
Hey, look here, young man.
So we'll speed up. We'll pick up the pace a little bit so we can go see what the fire's all about before following and then we can always turn back and follow the other group.
okay, riding in closer, you can see it is in fact another burnt out village. The village is nowhere near the size of yours. It is not a Chimeri Celt village, nor is it Chimerian or Celtic. because we're really right on the border of those other territories at this point. It's a village that just has the markings of being like normal men, mixed blood. Probably 150 people tops. But it looks like they've been slaughtered, not in the same manner. In other words, there's not bodies on poles and all kinds of obvious like taunts, but
just for fun. These they killed just for fun. It wasn't like enemy hatred. Feel your holy relic.
It's for funsies.
yeah.
And is there anybody left alive that we can see?
You can see some movement in the village. You can see some people walking around. Do you want? Well, how do you want to approach it?
Oh, I'll ride up to them and
Okay.
talk to them.
As you start to ride up, well, okay. As you start to ride up, a couple of the people that are moving around look up, and they look at each other and they start to bolt. And one of them drops it. Was obviously a body or a dead person. It looks almost as though they were going through.
Hold, we need to know who did this to you. So I guess you can roll a reaction or something if they listen.
They did not listen. They're still bolting, and they're not they're bolting further on into the village, and it looks like one of them is already getting up on a horse.
Oh, jeez.
You're a far enough distance from them, you really can't make out like a lot about them.
Okay. But they dropped a body, right?
Yeah, I mean, it looked to you almost like they were like one of them like had the body up and may have been going through some stuff and then just kind of dropped it.
All right, so let's go closer, see who they are. I'm gonna ready my hand axe just in case.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Anybody else?
Do we have clues as to the people who attacked our village? Like, do we know if it's a rival clan of ours? Is there any description or anything that might serve?
The description was mostly just riders in black. The eyewitnesses thought at first they might be something like orcs. They just looked almost like subhuman, and then they realized they were human beings, but they just looked awful. Like they had tattooed themselves and marked themselves up, and
Arngrim, because I'm blind, asks, are they the same riders that attack our village? Are they dressed in black?
We'll have to catch up to them first.
And if you're riding closer to the village,
we're riding into the village. Yeah.
Okay, right into the village. You can see like scurrying off like to the right. There are 3 riders on horses that are now leaving the village.
Okay.
And they're leaving at a good clip.
Is to the right on a same like on an intercept course with the other path that we just left?
It would be it could be an intercept path that way. I mean, they could potentially
that general direction.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah, they could rendezvous with the people that were going in the other direction, because it wasn't a big split. It was just kind of like a little Y thing as far as you could tell.
So it's generally northwards that they would be going. Yeah.
Yep. And they're going at a good clip.
And about just roughly, not a combat question, about how far ahead would you say they are?
At this point, they're maybe like about 100 yards from you.
Like 100 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can run them down. It'll be extremely difficult if they're also on light horses. So let's look for survivors then. Maybe somebody managed to survive this.
And if not, I may get some materials.
Materials?
The
most stoic barbarian I've ever seen. It's possible. So looking through the village, it's very sad. Like, I mean, there really are no survivors. The people have been not put up on poles, but a lot of people have just been slaughtered. A lot of the goods are still there. but it looks as though they've taken some stuff from them. You know, it looks like mostly food, that sort of thing. Almost looks like you know, the more you look through it, more almost looks like it was a raid for supplies, but a raid for supplies in which they decided it was okay to kill everybody. Or
Right, you want to
necessary
chase them
kill
down?
everybody.
They could be who we're looking for.
You do find a couple bodies though that clearly are not people from the village, and they are just bizarre. They're men. A lot of them are like semi-emaciated. You know, not. I mean, they're muscular men, but it just looks like they don't taking care of themselves is not first on their list.
Are they wrapped in black oil-soaked bandages?
Not oil soaked, but these guys, you know,
But they're dressed
they're-
in black. Yeah.
they're in black. You know, the black tend towards black garb. You know, black leather type armor. A lot of them have filed teeth and like tattoos on their face.
Have any of you, save Arngrim, seen men like this before?
Gamer's blood. What's wrong with them?
Their teeth are filed. I think they're man-eaters. Is this a moment where somebody could make one of those really weak sauce intelligence feeds to see if they've heard of anything like this, or we've definitely
Yes!
not heard of anything like
Oh,
Yes,
goodness.
absolutely,
It's not me.
absolutely. Oh man.
I got a 13 on intelligence.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Make a
you're
test
actually the
of
smartest. That's playing
intelligence.
the smartest guy in the team. Oh my god!
We
Really?
are doomed.
Now, this is not an extraordinary feat of. This is a test of intelligence. So let's see. You've got a 13
2 and
intelligence.
No, 3 and
Yeah, you got
6
2 and
on 13.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I need to take this down. It's the same stats, right? It's the same
It's the exact same stats.
percentages.
So it's a 3 and 6 or an 8% if it were an extraordinary. So you have a
Yeah,
3 and 6. It's just a test, and I have a 2 and 6, so I might as well roll it.
Yeah. Roll it up, guys.
I rolled a 3.
And I
So
rolled a 2, so we both heard something about this.
Nice.
Grim doesn't know.
Well, what would you be basing this on? The view of the what?
The description.
Yeah, the description. You just told me, sharp pointed men dressed in black.
Tattoos, man eaters. Oh, here she comes.
Look at the bone. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Wisdom is 12, so it's the same.
the markings on them are typical of followers of Azathoth. Really crazy, bizarre cult type people. Not too many people around here like that. But the filed teeth, that's not something that's really, ringing a bell for you, but just the markings, the tattoos, some of the, the little type fetish type items they have on their bodies, all really common for followers of Azathoth.
They seem to worship the demon of hunger and destruction. That
Apparently
explains
so.
a lot. All right, so let's. I'm gonna take a look around the village. Well, these guys. Maybe I tell them, friends, why don't you look for survivors? Maybe someone hid in a cellar or something here. And what I'll do is I'm gonna ride around to see if I find tracks of anybody who could have fled the village on foot.
Okay.
Maybe some of them were able to run.
All right. Well, that you're gonna have to roll for.
All right. So my tracking is
10 and 12.
10 and 12, or 8 and 12 if they have faded or there's
Correct.
There's any circumstances you want to penalize the roll for, it goes down to 8 and 12.
Yeah, it'll be penalized just because of the terrain, not really so much of the time, but yeah, 8 and 12.
2. I've rolled 3 2s in my last 3 dice.
Wow.
And this is a D12. So next combat roll will be 2.
Excellent. I'm very sorry, Samuel G, if you're watching. No, there are no tracks leading everywhere. He just rolled success, and there were no tracks to find. I'm sorry, man.
Well, hey, but
Well, he's
I'm pretty
successfully
sure.
confirmed that there
Successfully
are no
confirmed.
survivors.
So when I come back, I tell them they're all, unless there's somebody hiding in here, they were all butchered. These some
Himmer's blood. Runegraver, can you do nothing for my eyes? I should be helping. I'll take that as a no. Yeah.
I could make you think you're seeing.
I say let us see if these people are all dead, we should then scrounge for what supplies we can get. If we don't have to hunt on the way, we can ride perhaps faster than our prey.
Okay, and there were individuals from the attack that you say were laying around the bodies?
Yeah, a couple bodies. Probably about 5 or 6 bodies.
Okay.
It looks like they left. Well, interestingly, they left none at the attack on your village.
And I suppose there's no horses or anything like that.
I was just gonna ask that. Are there any like light horses? Any kind of horses?
There are no light horses, but yes, you're able to find a regular old horse. Well, let's see, what kind of horse will we find for you? Should you want it?
Whatever kind it is, we're gonna take it. But
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a regular old riding horse.
that's
That's
excellent.
okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
It can keep pace with our horses, so that's fine.
Right.
That's perfect.
Really, the biggest drawback for this thing is this thing will freak out more frequently than a war horse.
Right. So we getting some supplies. Anybody else is doing anything, or should we just? Right. Nobody else doing anything. We'll get back on the track.
Yep.
Besides behind the big.
All
group.
right. Yeah, I'm assuming in the searches we would have found any kind of like arrows or bolts or anything to that effect, or do I need to roll the search?
No, you can definitely find some arrows. You can find like pretty much like any kind of like basic sort of weapon
Okay.
is still here. And yeah, Jim, why don't you roll your percentage dice?
Okay.
I'll pick up a dagger to replace the one I threw at the centipede. I'll ask Harold to
20?
bring me a dagger.
Or am I rolling 2? Sorry.
You're rolling two percentage dice.
Okay. 26.
And you find 26 copper pieces amongst the dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna if there's like really basic weapons, I'm gonna grab a couple of short spears and tie them to my saddle because you never know.
Oh yeah. You pretty much
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a
Very good
couple
idea.
of daggers
Yeah.
All right.
and refill my quiver.
Just kicking the body, seeing if anybody's still alive or half alive. Or same,
There are people. There's not a single person here that's able.
just like tires on a
Sorry to
truck.
say.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Get up.
All right,
Okay.
so
What
let's
are you
get back on the
planning to?
trail.
Okay.
Getting back on the trail behind the largest group.
All right. You're definitely gonna have to rest at some point while you're back on the trail. You're able to rendezvous again and find out. And you can actually just follow the tracks of these guys that took off first, and that they seem to like just get right back to the main group. Like they just took a little bit of a detour.
And
then,
I think the rest are accounted on the miles per day thing, right? The horses need rest every hour or so, probably, or something like that.
right, yeah. Yeah, so you're going at a good clip. I mean, horses. I'm looking at the horse's move rate, and it's not significantly different than the human move rate once you take into account like the terrain and whatnot. But I think I figured out you guys are going about 20 or so miles a day.
Okay.
Might be going to close to a hex a day, on travel. So let's see. Arngrim's going to heal up. You're going to need to roll dice because you're only down 1 hit point. A nice rest, and roll me a saving throw again against poison.
And
Against
make
poison.
it good.
Make it good,
16. There we go. Yes.
See, all he needed
Okay.
was motivation.
Yeah, because pretty much what I decided to do was like the 1d 2 days, making an additional poison save. So you're starting to get your vision back.
Okay.
Things are still fuzzy. I'm going to say that you're at -4 to hit, and every day you're gonna get one better.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So
well, no, -4 is blind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or you
yeah,
can't see
it's
it.
a
Okay,
bit
so
harsh. So why don't you call it -3? Because I already
yeah,
have been done a
-3.
day.
No,
Right?
-3.
So,
Yeah, -3. So
Yeah.
yeah, we can say things are coming back. So you're kind of fog bound, but there's
Yeah.
fuzzy shapes. Mizgit looks a lot better than normal.
yeah.
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 I've been working out.
All right. And let's see. It's another day. I think we're on the fourth day, maybe third, fourth day. The terrain is, you're getting to the point where the terrain is. Oh, let's see, where the heck are you? You're just starting to get to the point where the Cimmerian steppe is.
The plains are leading into the Cimmerian steppe.
The plains are leading to the Cimmerian steppe. Yeah, you've already had to ford like a minor river. So you're pretty much like in the middle of the steppe and the plains. Kind of like skirting. You've seen a couple times like Cimmerian riders. Usually, kind of just give you a bit of a disdainning look, and ride away. They kind of come in a little bit closer to see if you're some kind of who you are. You're obviously not a war band. You're nowhere near big enough. At least once, one of them kind of looked in your direction and sort of spit on the ground. Gave this disdainful. He didn't quite hear him say half breed, but they don't necessarily think you're great people. They're very proud folk. It's about midday, and the ground near you, it's kind of like a where the steps hit in the plain there. There's kind of like almost like a mushy quality to it.
Spongy.
In this, a little spongy in the spongy area, and you can see all of a sudden that this part of the ground is like raising up, like almost like a molehill, but it's raising up as if something's moving through it. But maybe we should roll encounter distance.
Wow.
I don't like this.
It's surprise is 1d3 times 10 yards. Not surprise is 2d6 times 10 yards.
So does it surprise us, and do we surprise it? I guess are the two questions. And I'm crippled, but Torsten is there, so he'll probably, still it's still the same numbers because
1 in 6, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ruling at this point that you're not going to surprise it because it is heading towards you. It's actually, it's intent. So it's more whether or not you guys get surprised.
So 1 in 6 is the magic number.
Right. Who's going to roll that?
You. Right?
Oh,
So you want us to roll our control?
No, it's now 6. You're not surprised.
Outstanding.
Have we seen this type of thing before? Is it a land shark? And if so, are we aware of it? Yeah. Okay.
You've never seen anything like this before, And just look like this massive part of the earth is like, pushing up and undulating. And how far away is the sucker now?
Ride it.
Ymir's beard, my eyes must still not be working. Is the ground moving, or
is it
am I
moving
seeing
beneath us,
things?
and how's the horses acting?
The horses are getting a little freaked out.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure out how far away this thing is from you. Not surprised is what? This book is too damn big.
When I played BX,
2d6 times 10 yards.
Oh, okay. Good.
I put it on a little chart because it comes up all the time.
I know.
It's just this is really easy. It's
90.
2d6 times 10 or 1d3 times 10. That's
Okay.
it.
It's easy for you because you remember the stuff. But
Yeah, I
I'll
was
forget-
gonna say.
I'll forget in 1d4 rounds.
Rounds.
Let's see. 4 rounds. Yeah.
It's 270 feet away.
Oh,
All right.
270 feet away now. So I'll I'll ready my bow as I'll from horseback, even though I'm half blind. I can see technically, so I will. Yeah.
Is anybody going to be riding in front of Angram?
It's at a -3.
No.
But as I draw my bow, I yell out, flank it.
4.
No,
Oh,
spread out. Don't,
yeah,
because if
I'm-
it's coming to us, spread
I'm
out.
riding. Yeah, I'm riding. I'm riding towards the side, and I'm gonna be trying to like keep riding at a pretty good gallop as I circle this thing,
Okay.
because I plan to use something that fighters that are skilled horsemen can do. That's called saddle fire, which means that depending on how fast you ride your horse, you can shoot from horseback. And this is a trick we learned from our Cimmerian ancestors.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Is that a horsemanship thing?
It's
or
called
is that...
saddle
advanced.
fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saddle
okay, it's
fire.
advanced combat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can do all sorts of that stuff just by being barbarians, but
And we come from the right culture, right? If we were Eskimo, barbarian.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're just kind of moving at this point, or getting ourselves. Anybody else
Yeah.
doing anything?
yeah.
I'm
Spreading out to
moving-
flank.
Yeah, while riding a bow, right? Because that takes an action.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've got to steady my horse and find some more solid footing for it.
Okay. The ground is it's obviously whatever this is like kind of like right under the ground. You can see like parts of it, like where the like clods of mud and earth are flying up for a second, and you can catch like really just brief glimpses of like color, of like green and red and orange all of a sudden for a second before the cloud of earth kind of goes back. But whatever it is sort of bright, and it seems to be making a beeline towards Harald.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
at about, let's say for the sake of argument, how close does it get to Harald? It's 60 feet from Harald, this enormous head, man-sized, pops out of the ground. It's covered in like feathers. This is giant reptilian head. And as the head comes out, more and more and more body keep coming after it.
Oh.
Jeez.
So it looks like a giant feathered snake is starting to come out of the ground
Oh,
and making a beeline for Harald. Harald's horse is freaking the hell out.
By Hyundai's gigantic rack. What in the hell is that?
Jeez.
Got a rack of antlers, guys. Clean thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Please, come on.
Excellent. So I'm gonna say this is combat.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd say so.
Great.
So I declare shooting. Anybody doing melee?
Nope.
Nope.
How big is this thing? Is it again exactly?
How big of a thing is it? Look, so far about
that we can see so far?
about 15 feet or so has come out, but it's still coming.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Harold, ride for your life. And I'm gonna fire too.
And let's
Yeah.
see.
Dale has to declare before we roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I need to get the hell out of the way. Is what I'm gonna be riding away from this thing.
So
Okay.
just move.
Yeah.
Jessica, you gonna fire or just move?
I think I'm gonna move.
All right.
I'm getting away from this and probably
Yeah.
cursing at you idiots.
Yeah, I want to find
I mean, at
some
least
solid ground.
Arngrim is blind and he has that excuse.
Yeah, but I have my own horse, so you don't
Yeah.
need to worry about it. Yeah.
Now, I will be just saying fishing out my net, while I'm doing it, while I'm running the horse away, trying to find solid ground, something that ain't undulating
All
underneath
right.
me.
All right, right on. And Tekla, Harald, Ubba, and Bug are all just kind of freaked out. They're all younger men, and they're just like a little bit paralyzed for a second in fear for this one round.
So
All right.
initiative,
Yeah.
that would be a 4 for us.
And it's a 5 for this creature.
Okay.
I'm going to rule that it's charging
Dang it.
right towards Harald. And okay, so it's got to move of 30, so it's going to go 30 feet. So it's narrowed the distance between them by half in phase 1. So that's pretty much what it's done in phase 1.
All right, let's shoot because I have a -2 penalty from the speed because I'm going at a
Gallop? No, a canter.
canter, right?
Yeah.
Double move, which is pretty good for one of these thingies. 120 feet. So,
So see how is? Oh, go ahead.
I hit armor class 4
Okay, good. You hit it.
for 4 hits.
Okay, right on. Thunk. This just goes right in its side with a nice, satisfying sound, which appears to have no real effect on what this creature is doing.
Right.
It's massive, but yeah,
So seeing as how it's going for Harold, I try to hold my horse a very slow pace, right? I'm basically sort of like I guess drawing on its reins somehow to halt it, to prevent it from bolting, and then I'm gonna take a shoot.
We're plains barbarians. You control it with your knees, man.
No, that's true. That's true. But just
Warm the
keep it from bolting. So here we go. I'm at -3, and so I don't hit nothing. With my aim is still off, right? So the arrow goes wide, and Angrim keeps cursing
But
as
you
he
didn't-
draws additional arrows for the next.
Okay. But you didn't didn't roll a 1, 2, or 3.
Oh no, an 8 on the
Okay,
die.
that's good. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Just as long as
so
we don't have to
it's
attack one of your
okay.
friends. All right.
No.
Anybody else got anything?
Nobody's in melee with the thing, so we're good. We're good.
No other actions this phase?
So
Yeah,
wait, yeah, nobody else is.
Well, I do want to. I think we're still in phase 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's phase 2 now.
Okay.
So phase 2, it finishes its charge towards Harald,
Harold.
and it opens up this giant maw in an attempt to grab him. Let's see, and let's see, Harald, he's an armor class 7, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it gets him.
No, 6 armor class 6.
It still gets him.
Okay.
it actually hits a armor class. It actually hits an armor class 4. And let me just make sure I do this right here. Well, see, that's not bad. So he only takes a hit point of damage. Whoever's watching Harald's hit points.
Yes.
However,
We may not need to keep track of those hit points any longer.
okay. Well, based on how I'm reading this all happens at once. So the giant maw of this thing grabs Harald, and then it starts looping coils of itself around him, yanking him off the horse.
Oh goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The horse just barely escapes from being having like one of those coils go off him, but he just pulled his body off there, and he's like struggling and screaming. And next round, he's going to take a lot of damage.
Bye, Harold.
So next
Okay.
round, right? Unless somebody's
you're in
going
the
to do
street.
anything on phase 2. Nobody, right? Okay. So I'm going to shoot 2 arrows at it this round.
More of the body keeps coming out of the hole now. You think you're at about 30 feet.
Yeah. Anybody else? What actions? Declare?
Yeah, I'm going to declare a charge on horseback toward the beast,
Ooh, excellent.
toward the maw of the beast and Harald, and I'm getting my net out at the same time.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll probably assuming I was able to get to a safe distance, or a comfortable distance, I will probably turn around and pull out my bow to take a shot.
Okay,
And I'll do missile fire also.
All right.
excellent.
Initiative on this round is another 4.
Okay. It's a 4. It's simultaneous. This creature does not have a great dexterity, though.
So, but melee.
Melee goes first. Yeah.
Melee goes for.
So the first guy would be is
Stool?
stool or
Stool.
within half a move.
Yeah. My attempt is to throw out the net, the end of the net, and tell Haral to grab hold, and I'm gonna try to pull him free with a horse, looping it onto the pommel. Okay.
That's what your intention is to do, right? That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So I'm just charging in, and I'll have to toss and try to hook it onto him in some way. I don't know exactly how he's wrapped up, like a python. I don't know at what stage, but
And also, if Harold's gonna do melee, he may have a better dex than the thing. If he can attack.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay. What Haral's trying to do right now is trying to get himself out. So he's going to an extraordinary feat of strength at. Let's make sure because it has some stuff for help people helping. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a lot of people that have to help all of a sudden.
Oh.
So let's see, the extraordinary feat of strength at strength of 11.
It's 4%, I believe.
Okay, well, I rolled a 97.
So that would be a big no.
It did not. Okay.
Hey, Jim, you there?
I am.
Uh-oh. Oh,
So he's pushing. He's trying to get a purchase in the coils of this giant snake, and he takes 6 more points of damage as this thing is crushing the life out of him.
Ouch.
oh, jeez. He took 6 points of damage? So
Yeah.
Yes.
he's down to 7 or
2
down by
hits?
7.
Oh,
Sam.
down by 7 because he had 1 hit from the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
So he's
so
Hey,
he's
he
really
goes
unable to
to-
make real.
He goes to -10, so hey.
that's true.
That's true. He goes to
That
my
is
son.
true. That is true. All right, so
Missile
the other
fire?
melee is Thule. No, Thule
Cool.
charges.
So it's okay. Well, I was charging with the intent. I already declared to throw the net out, but it was an attempt to try to reach Hardring. But if it does, it's just going to land. If he's already unconscious,
No, he's not.
He's not unconscious. He can try to. You can try to get him to grab the net.
yeah,
It's
that's
got
what my
one
tip is.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
go.
got 1 hit point, so go for it. What do you need?
Do I need to roll to see if I can target it in a position like with a D6?
Give me a test of dexterity. You can make a test of dexterity. You can get it in his hand.
Okay. that's
What do you
3
do with
and
that
6.
after this? Yeah, 3
I
and
got
6,
it.
yeah.
1.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent. So he's holding on to the net now and being constricted and flopping around.
Hold on, Hardring, and I'm putting it on the pommel of the horse and trying to kick the horse away.
Harold.
Right?
Oh,
Harold.
it's Harold. It's
Harold
Harold.
or whatever your name is. Whatever your name is.
Whatever your name is, boy, let's go.
Yeah. I'm slapping that horse off to the races, trying to pull him free.
Okay. All right.
So missile.
It's
Yeah.
out of fire.
Yeah, plug it with missiles. Don't hit it. Whatever his name is.
Okay, I hit one armor class 6,
Yep. Okay, you hit it.
and then the other one's armor class 0. So those 2 hits.
Okay.
And that's a total of 8 hits with the 2 arrows.
Okay. Well, all right. So you're really sunken some arrows in this thing. This thing is less able to defend itself.
Oh, nice.
So I hit armor class 7, and the other arrow is armor class 9. So I
Now,
don't
can
know.
I ask a question
You-
about flanking?
1.
What
ahead,
was
yeah.
that?
I said I wanted to mention flanking since we've got several of us around it.
That's more of
I
a
didn't-
melee thing. As far as missiles, that's not going to make a difference. For melee, it
Okay.
would.
Yeah, I didn't know for sure.
It's 5 hit points from my arrow.
From the first one. Okay.
The one that hits, the only one.
Okay,
That doesn't hit.
Okay. Wow, you guys do another 13 points of damage to this thing, and it's
Oh.
still alive.
What do I get
As
to
the arrows
take
are
my
stuck
shot?
there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh, hey, that's nice. That hits a 0.
Good.
Good.
I'm a class 0. That's awesome.
And that's a 6.
Yes.
Wow. You guys are making this thing into a pincushion.
I think.
It's not dead or anything.
Yep. So next,
Anybody's doing
round.
any actions on
Yeah.
phase 2?
everything's working.
We can't
for,
because we
yeah.
shot twice.
Yeah.
All right, then declare. Anybody's melee phase 1?
Oh, I'm keeping safe distance. I'm still missiles.
Yeah, I think we're still going to missiles.
No?
Okay. Well, yeah. To me, it would be missile because I want to throw my. As I'm riding away, I'll get the trident that I got over the back of the horse and throw it down, trying to pin the beast. You know,
So are you trying? Well, what are you doing with the other end of the net?
Well, I said I hooked it on the pommel of the horse to pull him away, and I'm riding away, trying to
That's
pull.
gonna be it's gonna be your whole action is trying to do that. You're not gonna be able to attack.
Oh, I thought we was on to a next round.
Yeah, but I mean, that's literally
Okay.
that's all you're gonna be able to do is that's gonna be your action.
Okay,
trying to
that'll
post
be
it.
it then.
So you're
So you're
riding
trying to-
out, and Thorsten and I are shooting, and
Yeah.
Misgut as well, right? So
Yep.
it's everybody else missile fire. Cool.
Okay,
So
let's do initiative.
This round, Misgut gets to fire twice.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Both
one round you fire once, then next round you fire 2,
Twice.
and another 4. It's like the third 4 in a row.
Yeah. It rolls a 4.
All right.
Is there anybody?
The good thing is that the first guy up would be Dell. Maybe you can pull the kid out before it gets crushed.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
maybe.
what I'm going to call this is an extraordinary feat of strength. However, it's a horse that's kind of helping with the extraordinary feats of
Yep.
strength. So I'm going to say, for sake of argument, this horse has a strength of 15. So whatever that gives you for an extraordinary feat of strength, let's do that.
That's like 16%.
16%.
Yeah.
16%. So just roll percentile dice, man.
Why did I know that? Jesus.
Actually, that's my percentile on the sheet too. So either way,
Okay.
I think it goes kind of linearly or exponentially or something. It's
Yeah,
4,
16,
4, 8,
24,
yeah,
32,
4,
yeah.
16,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
32.
you roll on that
Doubles.
for him, right? Or whoever he
Doubles.
is, master is.
It doubles. So what'd you roll?
Oh, you want me to roll it?
Yeah, you're doing an extraordinary feat of strength. You know, you and the horse trying to pull this
Okay.
guy to freedom.
16%. Yeah, the Mahdi. No, 39. Yeah, that was
13.9. Okay. Well, it's on the pommel of the saddle, right?
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
pull his hands off.
Now I want you to make a test of dexterity.
Okay. 1 to 3.
Just to
Miss at 5.
miss 5. Okay. So the horse, the saddle, like just gets yanked. Like I mean, this thing. It just what happens is like you're yanking, you're pulling on the guy's arm, and it's caught in his hand. Like he's not even holding
Yeah.
on to it anymore. You may have wrenched the arm out of its socket. You're not really sure.
Yeah.
But it just stops and pulls the saddle to the point where like it jerks the horse. The horse is like almost upended, like raining like this, and you managed to fall off of the horse, and you're gonna take 3 points of damage as your body slams into the ground.
Oh, man. I fell on my
right.
keys. Yeah.
Now it's it's the and at this very same time, let's see. So Harold takes 5 points of constriction damage from the snake.
Oh,
Oof.
man.
Negative
-4.
4.
And he also takes 1 point of damage from having his arm yanked.
Minus 5.
Negative 5. So he's at the point now, like unless he gets some kind of a help or
Jeez.
attention.
Cascading down to
So the other part of this snake's action at this point is it is now just whacking its head into the ground and going back in. So it's starting a move action.
Oh, no.
But enough of its body's still exposed that we can.
So now,
Yeah.
now we can shoot. Yeah.
That's gonna
But
happen with it.
hang on, yeah. It's so is he eating Harold or just leaving the body? Because how can he dive down with the body entangled?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
does
that's
he
it.
bite it?
It's
You
gonna
know,
take him the rest of the round to do that.
Follow the body or something, the unconscious form, or
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just asking
Yeah.
because it doesn't really make any sense. That
There's not really any rule for like how fast they're gonna do that. That's not gonna say it's gonna take him the rest of the round to kind of like get him moving his
Like,
mouth to the point where he can just go.
swallow.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
it's certainly not swallowing a big
Arrows.
object.
I got a 20.
Nice, confirm it.
Let's see. Would armor class 6 be good enough?
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's roll a 5.
Okay.
Oh my God! Did you confirm that? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I rolled a 5 on the
Oh,
little
that's
table.
Times 3, yeah.
That's not good for them. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
And as I remember correctly, we rolled the 3 dice, right? It's not 1 and multiply.
You can do it. Yeah, I don't care which way you do it. You can do whatever way you want to.
Let's do a 3d6.
Yeah, that's more
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, that's 11 hits.
Ooh.
But as this thing is like is turning poor Harold around and swallowing, like Harold's legs are still sticking out while your arrow transfixes into the brain case of the snake, probably going through Harold's body, and coming and the head slams into the ground,
Oh,
Nice.
teeth.
and the rest of the body is like kind
Yep.
of twirling around doing that thing, that death thing that
Yeah,
snakes do.
that's strong.
Nice.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
We're at a combat maneuvers right now, right? But I'd be getting up off my horse and grabbing the trident.
And
Either off the horse. I'm trying to get over there to
Yeah.
to wedge his mouth open, basically.
Yeah.
Got to see if I can extract Harold.
This,
Yeah, I
this was
mean-
really cool because we play horse barbarians and we were like shooting
Yeah.
from horseback. This is cool.
Mhm.
Anytime Ubba and Tekla and Bug are just freaked out. And yeah, they're just like they're apologetic. They're horrified that Harold is dead. But they're apologetic that they didn't do anything. They were just so scared.
He's dead? Really?
Oh, he's dead, dude.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
dead. Well, okay, let's.
Well, he's
let's
negative
give him another
5,
round.
right? It
He's
takes
at
around
negative
negative
5.
6. Yeah.
It's a negative
Plus
5.
whatever damage he took in the death throes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. That
Yeah,
one,
he's
that bolt that went into the brain skull.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when
you're
that
right.
thing came down on top of him like teeth.
Oh,
Concussion.
it's fine. I was just wondering.
Yeah,
I
I
knew it
think
was
that's
negative 10, so I didn't know where he was sitting.
But it makes sense we would rush to see if he was still
Yeah.
alive.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I was doing.
So yeah, so you're standing now. You're
Big
on
too
the
many hour
plains.
grave.
On the plains with this like 35-foot long, like feathered giant python.
Nice.
Jeez. You know
The
what we're having
vultures.
tonight?
With the vultures
Yeah.
circling overhead.
Well, I think we if we're in a step, what would we do? Because I feel we either bury the body or set it on fire, right? Because it's a
Yes.
tribesman, so
Yeah.
we would not abandon
Yeah.
tribesmen. But I don't
Do
think we
we-
can light a pyre because there's not like woods around or anything. So I guess we bury him, right?
We can bury him. And the earth here was relatively soft. Plus we got we can smoke some
Smoke some meat.
snake meat while
Yeah.
we bury.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my question. Do any of us recognize
Snake
this
jerky.
beast?
Recognize what?
The feathered snake, gigantic thing.
No, you're just like, holy crap, dude. That's a
Okay,
big
it's
old
like holy
feathered-
a feathered snake.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to go ahead and take my dagger out and sheath. Peel off.
It's a
five
feathered
of the feathers.
it's a feathered underground snake.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna.
not many snakes sail through the ground. Right?
So I thought it was a belay, right?
So yeah, I'm gonna snag 5 of the feathers, or the biggest feathers on this thing that I can find.
So you can find several.
All
Throw
right.
some arrows at them.
There's a big old non-flying Quetzalcoatl thing. You can get as many arrows off of this thing feathers off this thing as you'd like.
That's pretty cool, actually. We should do like some totem or something, you know,
Yeah.
like put him in our hair or something.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, that's a trophy.
Mhm.
Killed. Maybe
Exactly.
try to pull out a fang
Or
or
teeth.
something. And
Ooh,
make like
absolutely pull
an
out a fang.
amulet. Yeah.
Yeah.
On a leather tongue around your neck.
Yeah. Teeth.
Man,
What if it has any venom in it? Use that for the arrow tips.
Well, it's only got 2 teeth, so I vote you take one because I'm
Oh, it's
done
got-
with poison so
it's
far.
got-
you
it's-
know.
yeah, it-
I'll
it-
take
no, it's
I'll
got-
take feathers. Yeah,
it's got row after row of teeth in this thing.
Oh.
It's a very, very typical python mouth. You know, just lots and lots of teeth. Just
Oh,
point
yeah, python.
backwards.
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
That's cool.
Oh, you guys are so disappointing. How long has it been since you played Dungeons and Dragons?
It's
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
The chat. So if the chat is up and visible, somebody will watch this and go like, "What are you guys doing?" Anyhow,
We're gonna cut him open, right? Because
no.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we're
dig
getting
it.
the meat, and I'm gonna cut open its stomach because that's where the treasures. I mean,
Yeah.
because it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, we already said meat for the night.
Yep.
Yeah, but we don't know what else or who else it's
Oh,
swallowed.
you could have,
Mhm.
yeah. It's like a shark. You cut it open and get the goodies.
I think you should cut it open.
Yeah, we
And
will.
as
Well,
we close
we
it,
would to eat it at night, you know.
right, and as we close up this session, though, let's see what I should.
Wait, don't
I
tell me
haven't
there's a
done
table
this.
for giant python, like
There
loot.
isn't.
Gut.
gut loot.
There is not. However, there are some tables in here, and let's see.
It's a good lot of them.
Holy mackerel!
There are
She's 3 different dice here.
16 pages worth of tables.
Oh yeah, well, that's my table. So you're really gonna cut this thing open?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna get the meat of it too.
I'm the chief
Oh.
of police. I can do anything.
Oh man, that's awesome. I'm look here and see what. Huh.
I always think it's fun when a GM says, "Huh?
No, that's cool. That's all
How
right.
about that?"
How about that? A
So as you're cutting this thing open, and you know you find like little bits of like obviously what is armor, some teeth, not of just various animals and including humans. You find somebody roll D percentage, to find how many silver pieces you find, or gold pieces worth of stuff you find. Yeah, say gold pieces worth of coins. This thing's been eating people for a while.
All right, that's wow, 73.
Yeah.
73 GP worth of coins. And let's see. I have to look this damn thing up for a second, because I have never, in all my years of playing this type of game, I have never known what this damn thing was.
I've got about 18 gold apiece.
Yeah.
And there's also like a very cool looking, intricately carved amulet.
Ooh.
Gold chain, but really cool, intricate looking amulet. And let's see what kind of symbol it has on it, because I want to make this authentic as we close the session. Which god it actually has a
Picture of nice.
yeah, because it would make sense. It's actually a nice god, or should be a nice god.
Ooh.
Apollo,
Oh, that's too nice.
Helios,
Well, maybe, let's see.
dying sun.
Oh, they don't want to be one of those. Artemis.
Artemis.
Ooh.
Symbol of Artemis on this amulet.
Nice. Goddess of the hunt.
Excellent.
That didn't go so well for him, I guess.
Yeah, man. She ate us on our quest.
Indeed.
Who, if anybody, will take the amulet?
I got it.
Look at Jim. Yeah. I think Jim takes
He's
it.
got it.
Look at Jim's
I think
face. Yeah, I think
I'm
he.
thinking that's appropriate.
Yeah, Runegraver, can you make any sense of this?
We'll find out.
Yeah, I kind of like look at it.
Yeah.
Nice bauble. Here you go. Just toss it over.
Right. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've used the random miscellaneous magic type item table. And this one actually, you roll 3. You roll 1,000 D1000.
Oh,
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. So you got
Cool.
you roll 3 percentages, and of course, because I've opened up my can of whoop ass, I have
different colors. That's
I-
awesome. Yeah.
zillions of them. These Zuccotti dice, which I want to
Nice.
do a video about, and now I feel bad because they're not available anymore. The cans of whoop ass are not available. Hopefully, make some more.
And
But
the
they're-
whoop-ass has the big numbers, right? In it?
Yeah, all of
Does it
the
have
Zuccotti dice too. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
giant numbers. So if you're old, sometimes I'm rolling the D6s.
Yeah.
They're huge. You know.
Yes. Yeah,
Like
the D,
Benji.
everything, the D10s and everything is
Yeah,
the
D10,
numbers are
yeah,
huge. Yeah.
So we've got all these dice everywhere, and we also have a cat.
That's what I need.
Another cat.
Yeah,
But-
Zuccotti dice though, really good. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're going to close the session as we're gutting this thing. The vultures are swinging
Excellent.
overhead. You're still hot on the trail, and you've lost poor Harold.
Poor Harold.
Oh well.
We've lost 1 horse and 1 hireling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're even now.
And
And
almost
actually,
they-
otherwise.
Yeah,
It's
and the big
it's
question
a
is,
wash.
who will Mizgit take Harold's horse so he can have a war horse again, or will he just
Nice.
ride the wild horse?
Yeah, you can take the horse. It's a better war horse. It doesn't
Yeah.
get spooked, right?
Yeah,
We're
I
not
will-
exactly. We're not exactly playing Dungeons and Dragons, but I will say it's a thing. Just like cutting open big animals to see who else they might have eaten, i.e., to see what kind of crap's inside them. It's
Mhm.
also a thing to, like, as soon as a resource becomes available, to heartlessly take it from the dead guy.
Of course.
Mhm.
I thought Luke Skywalker was going to spill
We
out.
can't use it, so we'll
Ah.
take the
We-
riding
we'll
horse as
bury
a
him-
pack horse.
we-
Yeah.
We'll bury him with his sword,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll keep the bow and arrows because we might need those.
That's a good
Yep.
point.
Yeah, if Thule ever dies, just bury Takala with him.
Uh,
Oh, Jesus.
It's a
Wait,
freaking
what?
pharaoh. Like, that's awesome. He's not your henchman, dude. He's just like
Oh,
a guy.
all of a sudden, from this really dark space, boom.
And look. Well, so but look, just think.
I call him Piss Boy.
Oh God. So Arngrim, Eloy, you no longer have to look after a guy. So that's pretty cool.
yeah.
You know,
There you go.
that guy got randomly selected by I just had a D8 table.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
so it could have been a PC. That was not something that was like sacrifice a meat shield. That was like
No, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so now I'm gonna be rolling a D7. And what else?
Nice. Do
Well,
you
something else,
have
but it's
the
gone.
actual funky DCC dice? Do you have
No,
some
but
of
I'll
those?
just ignore
Yeah,
something.
it's,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I would
I-
do too.
actually,
But
I
I'm just
got-
curious. Yeah.
I got those dice if you ever need me to roll them for whatever reason.
Nice.
No, I'll just keep ignoring the result and keep going. You know, as you fellows die.
Nice.
Um,
All right. Awesome.
But that was
Awesome. Good
interesting though.
start.
Like I was
Yeah.
really worried about using the centipedes because of the poison thing, and like I mean, but it made sense. You know, instead of doing a D&D normal thing, every centipede goes after one person. It seemed like it
Yeah.
made sense that like the first thing they took down.
And that's
you know.
appreciated because the combat perhaps is not as intense as it could be but it's more realistic. I think
Mhm.
it just works that they go after the horse. So we got like a round or two to, you know, rearm ourselves and make ready and you know, just like I chose not to shoot with the bow, right? Because I figure somebody has to hold the torch. And the usual D&D thing is to send the henchmen, the hirelings with the torches, and we'll all fire. And I'm like, you know what? You know, I'd grab a torch and go over there. So
Yeah.
you know, it's sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you want the RP to override the optimal combat choice. It just felt
Felt more
right.
natural,
it
more
felt
realistic.
more
and-
authentic. It felt
Yeah.
authentic, right? This is what this guy would do. He would grab a torch and then go over there and stand there with the axe,
Mm-hmm.
and you know,
Yeah.
And also, you know, it pays that Jose has system mastery because, I mean, essentially, I had to make a ruling there because you were supposed to just die or be blind forever. That's when I read. It's like, oh man, I can't use those. I'm like, oh, yeah,
No,
I totally have to use those.
but that's a rule I've never seen before. It's actually a class ability for barbarians.
Yeah.
I suppose other
Sure.
classes have it, but barbarians in particular have that. So I could have done it myself, but I'm like, again, that's not authentic. Let's have Jose do it, even if it had cost me a penalty, right?
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really say what it does. I mean, I guess the understanding is that if he misses, I'm screwed, right? Because I already failed the save and he missed the check, so I'm screwed.
Yeah.
But I guess the flip side, if he makes it, then I don't need to do another save, right? Because he already rolled for it.
Yeah. So I figured in that case, you know, it would be appropriate to have you.
But
roll.
it's a good compromise to have it slowly return to normal, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
Mhm.
fair, me rolling and failing, then Jose rolling and succeeding, and then me rolling again. It's like, no, you're double dipping, right? You don't need to roll again. The roll has been made.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I like your ruling of, well, it'll take a couple of days until it wears off. I appreciate that. I think it's
Yeah.
good.
And I'm impressed that you guys were able to take out the python.
So am I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So
were a little
Those
worried, but yeah.
so
I was just keeping shooting just because I figured I'll shoot until it disappears and then be sad about it.
You
so
know, I
what
threw in
was
the-
what was the armor class on the Python?
It was 6, but like the thing is, once they start constricting
Chomping
somebody,
down
they
somebody,
take a -2 penalty on their armor class.
Ah, that's why
So it's
we hit
easier
it
to hit
so
them.
much.
It's easier to hit them.
Because I wasn't hitting AC6 all the time. No,
Right,
no freaking
no.
way.
So
Oh.
I had rolled my 2 arrows at the
Mm.
ready, and I after we had killed it, I was like, I want to see what I would have done. I would have had a 4 and a crit. I had a nat
Oh,
20.
nice.
I
Well, you were
would've
free
hit-
to narratively just keep shooting arrows into the dead body.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I would have hit armor class 4 and done 2 hits. So you
Well,
know, keep
cinematically,
on
that's
it.
probably what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were shooting.
we
the
just
same
kept
time.
feathering
Mhm.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, until it stopped moving.
Yeah.
Cinematically, that's what I envisioned. We just kept shooting. The arrow goes into the eye, and then but everybody keeps shooting, including Torsten. He would have kept shooting until the thing wasn't moving, right?
And
Mhm.
Ivan, is that your description of the snake, or is that the game's
Oh yeah, that's it.
description?
No,
of the snake?
they're not subterranean and
Okay, cool.
have feathers on
Yeah.
them, but I think that'd be that was cooler.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just curious to whether this is like the book or you know. So that's great.
That was a little
Yeah.
extra. It was yeah, and so I mean, a lot of this was really just. I mean, if you didn't catch it, a lot of this was very at the beginning. Just let's go through here and move, get some genre stuff going on and
Sure.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
unfairly, there's just unfair. No, you're gonna have this combat now.
No, it's great. I love it. I don't.
But yeah, no, it's interesting how those combats can go. I mean,
Yeah.
it could have gone much worse
Oh yes.
because those things
Yes,
do
it could.
2d6 every round once they start to constrict you.
Oy.
It's ABC later.
No,
Mm.
I think this is one of those things where where you're on the plane, you have guys who know how to fight with a horse and the advanced combat thing. That's pretty awesome, right? Because usually if you're gonna be shooting, you can't be. If you're gonna be riding, you can't be shooting. If you're gonna be shooting, you shouldn't be riding your horse. But if
And
you're trained in fighting with a horse,
yes.
that's pretty cool.
And Jose looked at the rules and he pointed it out to me, and I looked at it again. And as barbarians, we have the fighting from horseback ability. I think the fighters have it as well. but there's a detail. There are only certain weapons you can use. Like you cannot use the battle axe or the broadsword, right?
You take
from
penalties.
horseback.
You can use it, but you get less attacks. You
So-
lose
Right.
it.
So this incentivizes you to use like short swords, scimitars, other smaller weapons, right? So I bought what is it called? Short sword scimitar. Actually, it's what it's
Mhm.
called. So I
Right.
It's like a
figured it's
Subotai
like
sword.
Subotai's sword, right? It's a heavy chopping blade that he uses from horseback, right? So
Mhm.
I think that's pretty cool.
Did you want to cut the stream?
No, it was so
Okay.
good to talk about crap like
Okay.
this afterwards.
Okay,
No,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Let's do
that's
it.
why there's a lot of options to it in the little session 0 we had when I was asking if you do 3 attacks, like in one phase. That is actually
No, you
something you
can't.
can do. Well, when you're a barbarian, you can do that. And I had been looking into the barbarian. That's where I got confused. There's layers of stuff. And you remember when I said that about the ×2 with the charge? If you look on page 257, it's the spear charge.
Mm.
And it
Oh,
is
the spear
actually
charge is a little different.
17.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's what I had in mind when I was charging with the trident the first time,
Yeah.
and why I said
It turns
times
it
2.
turns it into a lance in 17 to 20. Right.
Yeah.
So that's
So-
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool. It has, so really, if you and even like I'm using the net now, if I can disarm somebody, on
well, you
19
almost
or
you
20.
actually almost disarmed Harold.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. That's what I was trying to do. But yeah, it's cool. But two-handed fighting
I
is
just
cool
had
too.
this picture of you. Like, I mean, this creature weighs several tons, and you're.
I was just trying to I knew I wasn't going to mess with that creature. I was just like, grab hold of this sucker. Let's get out of here.
I think a combined strength of something like 75 can actually break things free. There was enough people like that stopped everything they were doing, like if all of you and the henchmen stuff. I don't even think you would have had enough combined strength, but you might have, if you had a couple more guys, you could have like pushed this thing off this guy.
Yeah, I was just hoping it would harm him enough.
Harold got bit, constricted, drawn and quartered,
Yeah,
and then eaten.
Yeah, eaten.
he went out in style.
And then the coup de grace was friendly fire.
the drawing and quartering was friendly fire. Yeah, it's like,
I mean, the arrow through the head. Yeah,
that was
just mercy.
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
mercy.
it's a mercy killing.
He said enough.
But yeah, I mean, that creature is a little more helpless. Like once that happens, but like if you're the guy that gets attacked, there's not a lot that's gonna. I mean, it's really tough. Yeah, and I guess the other thing I noticed like with the game so far is like in missiles, if you're dealing with creatures that are too dumb to figure out what you're doing, or too busy, like the snake, you'd be pretty deadly with arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. Missile fires are pretty.
In old school games, the outdoor combat gets quite deadly because there's a lot of time for missile fire, right? And that's just free damage because you're not getting hit. The underground combat is like the really deadly stuff because there's no missile fire. You're just hand to hand all the time. So you're giving and receiving constantly. But as long as you can manage at least 1 or 2 rounds of arrows, you can at least soften it up right before it gets to you.
In open ground, mounted horsemen are devastating, right?
Right.
If somebody who's not an archer. That's like historical and fiction wise. So that's an advantage that we had. Otherwise, we would have, Luckily, we get to eat some snake.
Yeah.
Snake jerky, baby.
You fought some very dumb things this time. I mean, and the centipedes are they're like glass cannons. I mean, like they really don't have very, they've got like 2 hit points. They got an armor class of something like 7 or whatever it is. You can't miss them.
I thought it was 7.
I think they say 7.
But that's my bad habit, especially it's been so long since I've used, THAC0, pretty much that whenever I look at that, you can figure out what our AC is. And all of a sudden I'm just looking at that number and I know I need to roll a 13 or, whatever
That's
the hell
what
it is,
you
12.
what you need to do is make different rows, right? Like combat. The character sheet just gives you modified D20 attack roll, right? I have like 4 lines below that. One says, the mastered weapon, which is the battle axe, and I just factor in all the numbers, right? So
Yeah.
I just roll the die and look at the number. I subtract 3 because I'm currently injured. And, if I roll a 14, minus 3 is 11, then just look at the table, and 11 is armor class 6. Go,
Well, yeah,
so-
well, that's what I'm saying, because I know that like the first roll, I just had 2, 3 total. And I'm sitting there going, that ain't even, what is that, armor class?
Yeah,
ain't worth
it doesn't matter. I think if you roll below like
Yeah,
armor
yeah, you
class
have to have
9,
at
this is
least
like,
a
don't even-
9. It ain't even worth
Correct.
calculating. And then whenever
Correct.
I get lazy on because I roll like a 20, I know that's -1. You know what I mean? When it's factored in, I'm going to hit, because I knew it was going to be. The point is, it's going to be a 7. I knew it was around that, so I don't even really calculate until it's that
Yeah,
area.
but trust me, what you need to do is figure all the modifiers and write it out, and then you just look at the table, and it's like
Yeah.
it just flies.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta have
it
you gotta have
does.
everything for
It's
every-
just, I'm just saying, I invert it in my brain whenever I'm looking at it and go like, I got to hit a 13 when I know the armor class. You see what I'm saying? So when I roll the dice, I have a bad habit of just saying, hit, miss, or if it's
Right.
close in there, like if it's a 6 or 7, I question it. But once
Yeah,
I
here
find
you
out
go.
what the AC is, it's like,
And
man.
also a bad habit of later editions of D&D is that if you see like low numbers, you're like, oh, I didn't hit. But here in old school, like hitting armor class 7 and 6 is pretty good. It's not like it's
Yeah,
not
but
like
your natural's a
useless, right?
9. Your natural's a 9, and when you're rolling a 2, you're like, nah. That's
Yeah,
4.
I know, but still, I like the lowest. A 7. If I roll a 7, I hit armor class 9. So
Yeah,
it's not
that-
out
that-
of the,
Mhm.
it's
that's
not
what
out of
I'm.
the question. That's all I'm saying. Just
Oh,
right
yeah,
on the table. Yeah.
I get it. I'm just saying my bad habit is just saying that 7 that you're saying. If I don't even see it on the dice, I go, I missed. But it's a bad
Yeah.
habit. I have to go back.
Always tell me what the armor class is. Damn it.
I know. It just feels like
But
a
one of
moot point when I'm like, that's hell's a -1.
Oh
I
no,
know
you
that
gotta
makes-
Well, if you don't hit AC 10,
Exactly.
you might as
Don't
well say
bother.
I
Yeah.
missed. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
If I say I missed, it's that I didn't hit AC 10.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Or-
roll
Yeah.
like a 5 or 3. It's like, yeah, don't bother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a bad habit I got from playing later games when you know that number you need to hit.
One, and as we completely close the session, so because everybody's tired, but one thing that jumps out of me all already, like with this, is what's really dangerous to fight
Each other.
men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
because all these things that you're talking about that you can do, guess what they can do.
Yep.
Right.
You guys fought. You fought like pretty horrific creatures in terms of what they can do. You read the description in the bestiary, and you're like, oh my god, but they're dumb.
Mhm.
Like they
I know,
don't have tactics.
Like a
So when
sorcerer or
you catch up-
something.
You should catch up to the bandits next week.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That will be fun. Yes, indeed.
I'd hate going up against the sorcerer is what I'm worried about. Taking them down before they can cast something, because these spells seem to be really devastating.
That's Misgut's job. That's what we have.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why we brought
Keep it-
our
keep
spellcaster of our own, man. Come on.
Okay, so let's keep in mind.
Let's
temper our expectations
Let's
here.
lower our expectations.
I can control one person, kinda, and I can give us food.
That's awesome.
That's it.
You're looking at this the wrong way. You're a badass rune graver, man.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta look at it.
Let me get my armor on.
You cut yourself and
Oh.
drop the blood on
Cut
the
yourself
stone.
to the blood, and you.
And you're like,
Oh yeah, I do
worst
it a
case
cool
scenario,
way.
you
But
scare
again-
the people, right? It's
Yeah.
like,
what are you doing? I'm making food.
At a certain level, he can call up to 50 berserkers.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
well I've got to survive.
Well, I have a cousin who pretty much does that. It's like half the time he's cooking something, he'll cut himself with a knife. So I'm making food.
Are we doing XP after? Or
Yeah,
in
I'll let
text?
you know. I'll let you know what the
Okay.
I'll let you know what the XP is. Actually, didn't do so bad at XP based on looking inside the body of the snake.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nice.
Let me know
All
how,
right.
how much gold did you actually end up getting?
73.
73.
73. Yep.
Supposed to be
I have to say that I really liked. I really think it really works. That it feels like BX combat, but with a lot more tactical choices without making
Yes.
it difficult.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, they
I
did a
think
great
the
job of that.
balance. It's a great tightrope act that these
advance-
guys managed.
And the presentation is great. Everything is there. Everything is concise. Everything is together. You don't have to flip like 70 pages to look it up.
It's like we compare this to Lamentations, where I played a kind of like a horse barbarian. That guy was actually
Right.
even more of a horseman, and the options had to be more dictated by you. Here, it's laid
Right.
out, but it wasn't complicated, so I thought it was great.
Mhm.
Oh, they're good. They do good.
All right.
One thing
You
before we
stopped the
go.
stream. Oh yes.
No,
Yes, Columbo.
I was going to suggest, since I saw, maybe we could think about doing a caller. Jason suggested that in the last game we did. We kind of nerfed it and didn't do it right.
Well, we're just
But-
4 though.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I'm just talking about on regular thing to expedite it. I don't know, just something. A caller, somebody to do the inventory, or mapper.
Yeah, I mean, right now, so far, I don't see the need yet. If you guys get to a thing where you're like actually doing some dungeon crawling or something like that, then yeah, probably a better idea.
Yeah, that's fine. But
That's really useful if there's like a complicated plan, right? But if everybody's just, I'm firing arrows and I'm charging and it's okay.
we kind of I just saw it. I saw it in the rule set right before we got on about the
Yeah.
optional caller, and I was like,
Let's not start this color fracas again. Last time.
yeah, I don't want to get that. I'm just opening the,
Oh, and as we're really closing it, definitely, like if you guys feel like, hey, I think these guys should help, like you can definitely advocate for these guys just not just running away and getting the horses and doing
Yeah,
other
it's
stuff.
like,
I mean,
I'm
I
not a
kinda
fan
just-
of hirelings, so
I kind of
Yeah.
ruled they were just like freaked the heck out at the time, like with the big snake, and and getting the horses was a very appropriate thing to do in the other detail.
But the funniest thing of all is that Ivan called the death of Harald even before we got started because it's the only hireling who had a backstory.
Yeah,
So he had to die.
Wait, is Harold son of who?
Yeah.
Son of somebody, and a
Yeah,
young
it's
strapping
just like
lad who
young
went over his first.
Youngest warrior in the village. And,
Yeah, it's like, yep,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah, that's right. And I just had castles made of sand was rolling through my. I was like, it was getting ready for his first warband, and surprise attack, a snake killed him in his
Yep.
sleep. Oh well. Yeah, you can cut the stream now.
Okay.